We are playing.
Alright, hey guys, this is ServbotSteve.
And the March Hare.
And we just got out of the midnight premiere of Tron Legacy.
Which had more people there than I was suspecting.
Yeah.
Living in, the middle of Slendertown, USA.
I had half expected us to be the only two people in the theater, maybe some fat guy with a neon suit. But believe it or not, we were actually, I want to say there was at least 30 to 40 people in there.
There's a zoom. Alright.
Why do you need to zoom? Whatever.
Like zoom out. It was zoomed in, so I was going to get your face.
General opinion. Give a general number, score, however you want to rate these things.
Flemish.
Okay, sure. I'm going to say I don't think it was worth a 30-year wait. I feel bad for anyone waiting that long.
Well, see, the thing is that you didn't have to wait 30 years.
Yeah.
Because, you were born in the 90s.
Woo! No,
Which, speaking of which, I got a revelation from the previews. Justin Bieber would have been popular if he was born 20 years ago.
Yes.
But he missed the boy band truck by about 20 years, and now he sucks.
Although then I retorted by saying that auto-tune wasn't available at the time, so it wouldn't have mattered. Anyways,
that's
jokes
debatable.
Aside,
see, Tron itself.
Tron. First off, I just want to address the soundtrack.
Yeah, Daft Punk.
Damn!
Who'd have thunk that Daft Punk could make music? I didn't, but turns out that that's the case.
It's one thing to make music though, like a score has to set the mood and the tone, and they did that.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and officially call the spoilers now.
Yeah, we're probably
because it's 2:30 in the morning.
It's 2:30. We're gonna slip something.
So spoilers starting now.
Cool.
David Bowie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. In the trailers, I'm sure you've seen, if you've seen any of the trailers, that David Bowie guy with the light up cane. I would say he was one of the most...
It's not even a cane, dude. It's like a lead pipe, which makes it even better.
Yeah, no, it was like...
It ends up doubling as like a machine gun and just, dancing around cane.
Oh my gosh. I would say one of the best characters. If they needed somebody to play the Riddler for the next Batman, he's your guy.
Oh man, I don't know if I could look it up for an entire movie. I mean, it's
well, no, because like
great squirrely antics.
Take away that makeup, but forgetting the character, let's get to like the actual root of the movie.
Okay.
This is a direct sequel, and while March Hare hasn't seen the original, you seem to enjoy it. I, as someone who has seen the original, though, there are so many references and hints and just
I got a few of the references.
I mean, yeah, I mean, Tron's kind of a staple of nerd mythos. If you know the general
mythos,
whatever you want to call it, you'll get a few of the things, but like his bike is his dad's old bike from the movie.
I wonder if I can get this shot.
Beginning,
darkness.
The main bad guy from the movie The Diller, the bad guy scientist had a son, and he's part of the board now of NCOM, and just like little nods here and there that don't make a huge impact on the story, but it works.
Yeah, and coming from the perspective of didn't watch the first Tron movie, it is great eye candy, and Servbot lied to me.
Oh yeah. Okay, to get the March Hare here, I forgot to mention that it was a 3D movie, and I know I've had my spiel on 3D, and I still hate its guts.
Want to know why we didn't do anything for the Alice movie? 3D.
Yeah.
Want to know why this exists? Because Steve did not tell me about 3D. That's not fair.
We need to get Alice on DVD so we can do that, by the way.
Yeah.
We'll work on that. I still have to see that. Anyways.
I heard there's breakdancing. I heard we didn't miss much, really.
Yeah.
So back to Tron. So, it was really pretty.
Yeah.
My eyes enjoyed looking at it, despite the fact that it was 3D. Which, to be honest, it was my first 3D movie.
Yeah, the 3D worked. That was a good example of 3D.
Yeah, even though there's a message at the beginning that says, hey, some of the movie isn't in 3D, deal with it. Which was like the scenes where you're not in Tron, really. I mean, that's kind of
not in the grid, it's not 3D.
And they had some really, really nice subtle stuff. Like, they did some parts where it was like, instead of just like full-on 3D, it was like some like really subtle like just digital noise.
Oh yeah, no, Disney gets it. Like, if you're gonna do 3D, do it well. The whole idea is to engage the audience, and if you give a better depth of field, it looks good. and that was done a lot.
What else do I need to talk about?
Ooh, the combat. Anything... God, yes. Okay, everyone remembers the original Tron for the light cycles. There are lights.
If anybody watched the original Tron.
Whatever. No, even if, like, even having no prior knowledge of Tron, you know what a light cycle is.
Yeah, I mean, I've played plenty of, like, light cycle games.
Yeah, no. There's light cycles, there's light trucks, there's light jets, there's light...
I'd say that sequence was pretty awesome.
Also, this is the kind of movie, if you see it late at night, half the movie, I want to say March Hare and I were just making jokes at each other.
But I do that for every movie, which might not make me the perfect movie-going companion, but...
Nah, for a midnight screen, I couldn't have asked for a better co-pilot.
Let's see. So, my summary of the plot, in my words. So you got kid from some movie that Servbot knows about that I don't, is sad because his dad left him. Except for he didn't, because he was actually inside this giant, awesome computer game. Okay. But then he wasn't, because he's also the bad guy, but he's the good guy at the same time. Okay. So it's Obadiah Stane being both good and evil.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I'm not saying that I know nothing about Tron, and I'm not trying to distance myself from it, because I can't say I'm a fan because I haven't seen it, but I'm not ashamed of it or anything. I'm not like one of those people who are like, oh man, I have to try to avoid every single stereotypical geek thing. If anything, I probably indulge a little bit more than other people, and I'm proud of it.
I mean,
proud.
A lot of people give the original Tron a lot of flack because it was like, oh, the effects look so silly and corny. To put it this way, the Academy banned the original Tron from the best special effects in a film for that year because they were too high-tech. True story. Unrelated.
Cool. You know a lot of strange facts about this movie.
Yes, I am.
Okay, characters. Main character did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Supporting characters did a really good job.
Am I allowed to jump in?
No.
Aww.
Lady from House did a great job.
Yay.
Obadiah Stane, fantastic.
Jeff Bridges. Jeff Bridges, the dude abides of this movie.
The only thing that I wish there was more of, coming from a not Tron person, that there was more of Tron, the character.
Yeah, okay,
because
we'll get to that spoiler, maybe.
We've already said spoiler alert, so might as well.
Why not? Tron shows up, but it's kind of weird.
He's like a golem. He's been controlled.
Basically brainwashed by Clue, which if anyone from the first movie knows was the program Jeff Bridges sent to destroy the MCP, but got submitted into the system, and now it's a different Clue. This is Clue 2.0 that Jeff Bridges made to create the perfect system with. He creates a new grid and asks Clue and Tron to build the perfect world, and they go about doing that, and Clue goes apeshit thinking, oh, users and other programs are not meant for the perfect world, so we're gonna kill everything. So he does. Well,
what else ended up hoping was happening was apparently there's some dude in the movie who was Tron or something like that in the real world.
The real world, I forget the character's name, but he's like Jeff Bridges' character's best buddy, Kevin Flynn's best buddy, and the program of Tron is based on that person. I confused March Hare saying that guy is Tron in the real world. No, it's not.
Oh, so I was kind of expecting the dude show would be like, hey, I'm here to fight in Tron too. No, because I'm Tron.
Sorry about that. No.
Okay. So that's just a misconception on my part.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Anyway, overall opinion of the movie, worth seeing. But
yeah, definitely see it in theaters.
Trick your friends and don't tell them it's in 3D. They'll love you for it.
Yeah, you have to. I say it's a movie you have to see in theaters because it's very much more about the eye candy.
You know, I'm looking at this film. It's been mostly me just filming what we're driving past, and I'm expecting that we're going to be like going back over this footage and we're just going to find a Slender Man in there.
Fun times.
Yeah. Or we might just like stick one in just to be funny.
Why not? Photoshop or After Effects, I guess.
Have fun with that one.
Speaking of special effects, this movie looked pretty. We already said that.
I mean, that's kind of like, I would say that
to be more specific,
if you're not interested in the plot, or if you want to like, if you're really interested in the plot and you got friends who aren't, it's worth them seeing it, but just because of the eye candy, I suppose.
I'll put it this way: if you liked Avatar, this is your movie.
Speaking visually only, it's very easy on the eyes.
Yeah, no, this is This is strictly a geek movie. I can't imagine anyone who's not.
Really?
I can't see a parent going in who has no love. Like,
no, I'm thinking like girlfriends and stuff. Or like
no, 'cause there's
your friend that has jock.
There's a romance thing going on with.
That's not even what I'm talking about. How's this? There was like a dude who brought his girlfriend to see the movie that was sitting next to me. And I don't know if she was into it at first because she was kind of texting, but by the end of the movie, there's one part and she was just like, "Oh shit!" I'm like, "Whoa, okay, she's totally into this."
Yeah, I mean, like,
so
it's an. I think it has something to do with like the visuals, just eye catching. It's like, wait, because like people, it's kind of like the Social Network. We're so connected with all this stuff that like you stop and think, "Ooh, what if computers actually could do this?" And it's nifty, and I think that's cool.
Something like that. I don't think that I've done a very good job of outlining what this movie exactly is, but
well, the March Hare is getting off because my solar sailor has landed.
I'm gonna go to sleep now, so
Night, March Hare.
Have fun hanging out with Servbot by yourselves.
Yeah, sorry guys, you have to put up with me for a bit longer.
So,
it's my camera,
you can
my
have,
solar sailor.
You can have that stuff.
Yay!
I'm going away now.
Alright.
Dude.
See ya, March Hare.
Later. I'll talk to you and stuff.
See ya. Well, I'm gonna be out of it.
Oh yeah, have fun with that. Yeah, he's getting his teeth out.
Yeah, they're reprogramming me and getting my teeth out.
I call it revenge. Anyway, later, man.
See ya. Alright, so yeah, that's the March Hare's input on Tron, and I will agree, it was a very pretty movie, and he did make a very good point. There were people who, going in, I thought the audience was going to be horrible. There weren't people that and I'm stereotyping here, but there were the geek people that I was like, yeah, they're here to see Tron, because they've seen Tron, it was awesome. And I made a comment going in that are like, oh, I'm probably the only person who's actually seen the original Tron. Going to this is like the jocks and the sports guys and like people who saw the trailers were like, that's gonna be awesome. But they haven't actually seen the original. And we were all enjoying the movie. I mean, we weren't like cheering in the crowds. It wasn't that kind of a movie. It wasn't a 300. But it was a fun movie, and you got into it, and the visuals looked good, and the actors were believable. As best as they could be. There were some moments where there's some over-the-top stuff and you could guess the lines coming up, because you have to keep in mind, this is actually an interesting comment. It's a Disney movie, because Tron is owned by Disney, but what really gets me, it's PG. There is one scene where blood is shown. Keep in mind that it's Tron, so all the deaths are those de-resing things. You don't actually see bodies or anything. They're digitized. There's not even a kiss scene, spoiler. There's chicks in skin-tight suits, but there's no sex. There's nothing really inappropriate about this movie. So you could bring your kid to this, and oh my god, kids would love this movie. I mean, that's just insane to think about, but like, Disney has something here, and they've had it since they originally made it. I guess they were waiting for the technology to catch up so they could make it look real pretty. I don't know. I mean, the original Tron bombed in theaters. Absolutely bombed. But if people go and see this, they have potential for a franchise, a really nice franchise. And I've always loved the concept of a digital world. I'm a huge fan of Digimon. I'm a huge fan of the Mega Man Battle Network games. I love cyberpunk. I love this sort of style, and I really think it's great. Extra comments to note. Daft Punk, the techno French group, does the entire score for the movie, and I mentioned early on, great score. It's a great score, it really is. And it works. They mix like their techno, they mix like actual orchestral stuff that a normal score would have, and it works. It all works, and it's great. They even make a cameo, that's what I was getting at. Daft Punk makes a small cameo. I think they have maybe 10 to 15 seconds of screen time total, but it's great. March Hare was mentioning that Jeff Bridges' character, Kevin Flynn, plays the second character. He plays Clue 2.0. He plays the villain and the good guy, which I give kudos to him for. It's really nicely done. And it's very scary CGI. I mean, there are moments where it's like, oh, that's obviously CGI. But they made a youthful version of Jeff Bridges alongside actual Jeff Bridges. And it's creepy, because there are obviously moments where it looks fake, but it looks real a lot of the times. and it works. I would have to say, if I had one complaint, old Jeff Bridges' character, Kevin Flynn, he's weird. I mean, like, yeah, he's a character coming out of the 80s, but he has moments where he's like, dude, righteous. And, like, it kind of works as, like, yeah, he's been trapped in a digital world for 20 years. Of course he's going to stay like that. But all things considered, I don't know if it works, because he kind of... I'm trying to think of a good way to put this. He seems out of place, and I guess it was supposed to be a joke. It kind of worked, it kind of doesn't. Final comments, because I've arrived at my destination. Tron Legacy, a good movie. 3D worked. Score was good. I kept wanting it to hit, like, some level of awesome that it just never achieved. The fights. I kept wanting to get to the fights. The disc wars, the disc combat was awesome. There was dual-wielding discs. There were, like, laser katanas. There was all sorts of crazy stuff going on. The light cycles were amazing. Great sequences there. All the different vehicles. One thing I was a little disappointed, they keep showing light tanks, but they never actually use them, which is upsetting. Shoot. The light jet sequence. That was great. Everyone keeps seeing that in the trailers and like, oh my god, light jets! And you're like, that's gonna get hyped and it's not gonna live up to it. It kinda does. And it's beautiful at some moments. This movie has some parts where I just want to, like, freeze image and make that my desktop. It's just gorgeous to watch. I'd really love to see, like, a DVD bonus features of just, like, how they made all of this. Because it's great. It looks great. Overall, I'd say you have to go see it in theaters just for the visuals, because if you can't get that on a home theater, unless you've got some crazy 90-inch screen. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Good movie. Clock showing at 17 minutes. I guess I'm signing off. This is ServbotSteve and Data or Camera. Signing out.